Hello students, welcome back to another video. Today we are continuing on the topic regional integration. I know that this is a challenging topic for students sitting their CXC examination. However, by watching my videos and practicing the past paper questions on how to write our regional integration essays so that we can get that 20 full marks, I know that you will be successful in writing your CXC Social Studies paper. So, what really is regional integration? When we talk about regional integration, right, we are talking about a number of countries in the Caribbean region coming together as a single unit, cooperating with each other functionally, economically, and politically to achieve a common goal. Now, you may be wondering, why should Caribbean countries unite? Why is it important for them to integrate in order to achieve that common goal? Now, the first reason for integration for Caribbean countries deciding to unite is the resources of countries in the region are very limited, right? So it is hoped that by coming together, by integrating, by pooling their resources, they will be able to see more efficient use of resources and there will be less duplication of effort and expenditure. Another reason for Caribbean countries deciding to integrate or to unite is because these countries, they share a common history and culture, as most of the inhabitants of these Caribbean countries were once descendants of people who had been subjected to slavery or indentureship, right? So this common history, this common culture connecting the people of the Caribbean will be or is a powerful unifying force in the integration process. Now, another reason for integration will allow them to have a more powerful voice and trading stance on the global stage. So instead of your country approaching the global market as a single country, it is better they unite as the Caribbean and approach the global market, because that the Caribbean countries, they, because of their small size and their developing countries, they are unable to really produce goods and services that can be sold cheaper than those of developed countries of the world, right? So it is therefore important for them to unify, to unite, and approach the global stage. Now we're going to look at what are some of the factors promoting regional integration in the Caribbean. Now we know that there were various efforts at regional integration in the Caribbean, and there are many characteristics that helps to facilitate this integration of Caribbean countries. We're going to look at some of these, and the first one we're going to look at is underdeveloped human resources. What does the term human resource means? Do you remember what is human resource? Yes, you are very correct. When we talk about human resource, we are looking at the skills, the talents, the abilities that humans possess, right? So one similar characteristics that helps to promote regional integration in the Caribbean is the underdeveloped human resources. So if you visit any Caribbean country within the region, they will tell you that their human resource is greatly underdeveloped. And some of the factors that contributes to this underdevelopment of human resources in Caribbean countries are sometimes persons are unemployable. Why are they unemployable? Because they are considered to be illiterate, or sometimes they have no special skills, and sometimes countries have limited access to educational facilities for their citizens, right? And when we have countries suffering from underdeveloped human resource, we find that there's a strain on social welfares of that country, which the governments often have difficulty maintaining. And this results in some social issues, such as citizens suffering from different health problems. It also could result in malnutrition, increased crime and violence, right? So these are just some of the factors that affects the productivity levels of many Caribbean countries. So these characteristics allows countries in the Caribbean to decide that yes, we can unite, we can integrate because we are facing similar challenges. Another factor that promotes regional integration in the Caribbean is high level of debt burden, right? And if you are from the Caribbean and you know anything about the economy of your country, you will know that Caribbean countries, we have to borrow money to support our budgets, right? And usually, the Caribbean countries, we receive loans from corporations, some big corporations, such as the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, the World Bank, or the Caribbean Development Bank. And it must be noted that these loans, they comes with high interest rate, right? And these countries, the Caribbean countries that borrow these loans to support their budgets, they have little or no domestic savings and are sometimes very much unable to repay the debts in a timely manner, right? So financial resources are depleted in order to repay debts, and funds for the country's economic and human development are also limited because there is just not enough funds to support these development. And since the countries will be paying back those loans that were borrowed at high interest rate to support their budgets. Another factor promoting regional integration in the Caribbean is the low levels of production. And when we talk about productivity, it can be high or low, right? We're talking about the relationship between goods and services produced and what is required to produce those goods and services. So, in most Caribbean countries, as we know, right, they have challenges with productivity levels. Why? Because of limited resources, underdeveloped human resources, low investment, and high overhead costs. So whenever there is a high production cost, we will see where the result of that is goods being sold at expensive costs, right? Goods are considered to be expensive whenever there's a high production cost. Whenever there's a low level of production, this often results in Caribbean manufacturers being unable to access international markets. And this problem, low levels of production, which Caribbean countries suffers from, affects almost all the countries in the Caribbean region. Now, we're going to look at the benefits of regional integration. So we looked at the factors promoting regional integration. Now we're going to look at the benefits of regional integration. In other words, what are the advantages of countries deciding to unite, of countries deciding to integrate? And some of these benefits or advantages that we will be looking at are increased employment opportunities, equality of wealth distribution, bargaining power of individual countries is enhanced because of regional integration. And another benefit of regional integration that we will be looking at is the free movement of goods, labor, and capital. Now you must be wondering, Miss, always increase employment opportunities a benefit of regional integration? Well, with regional integration, there will be free movement of labor and capital. And if you remember when we looked at the Caribbean single market economy, One of the advantages of that was that Caribbean countries, Caribbean nationals will be able to move freely their labor and capital. Hence, because of this, business organizations will be able to utilize the best available human and physical resources, thus enhancing their efficiency and competitiveness on the global stage. Production costs will be lower and potential for expansion will increase. Therefore, employment opportunities will increase. Yes. So if Caribbean countries decide that they want to integrate, they want to operate as a group of countries rather than a single unit, one of the benefits of that is increased employment opportunities. Another benefit of Caribbean countries deciding to integrate equality of wealth distribution. And I want to pause there for a moment to encourage you, if you're loving this video, if you're learning from my channel, and you have not yet subscribed to this channel, please subscribe, like, and share this video. Now, what do I mean by equality of wealth distribution as a benefit of Caribbean countries deciding that they're going to integrate? Well, regional integration helps to improve the economic development of Caribbean countries. And when the economic development of regions are developed, we will be seeing greater equality in the distribution of wealth. Now, you know the saying, the rich getting richer and the poor getting poorer. However, being a part of regional integration, this will not be the case. We will be seeing wealth being distributed equally. Now, how can this be achieved, you may ask? This can be achieved through one, payment of higher salaries and wages for most of the population, resulting in the governments receiving more tax revenue. Do you see it? Increase the payment for citizens, government will receive more taxes. Another way that we can achieve equality of wealth is to increase the population spending power. So give the population more disposable income so that they will have more to spend. And guess what? This will help to stimulate economic growth in the different Caribbean countries. Another way how the government of Caribbean countries can distribute wealth equally is the provision of adequate welfare services for the more vulnerable members of society. Another benefit of regional integration is the free movement of goods, labor, and capital. This, you may be wondering, how does this benefit Caribbean countries? This will benefit both local and regional markets as people will have access to a wide array of goods, right? Employers will have a large pool of human resources at their disposal. Job aspirants will have more opportunities for employment. And with the free movement of capital, goods, labor, there should be greater investment opportunities in the region. Another benefit of regional integration is the improvement in quality of life. Governments will be able to work cooperatively, yes, and share economic, social, and political best practices to avoid duplication of expenditure, right? Birds of a feather flocks together. If the governments across the region can save on expenditure, how much money they are spending, it means that more money will be available for areas that directly affects people's quality of life, such as education, health facilities. Additionally, with increased levels of employment, the standard of living, the quality of life will be improved for the majority of the population. Another benefit of regional integration is the bargaining power of individual countries being enhanced. So working together, countries will likely be enhanced so that each country can get better terms from foreign investors. Consequently, greater benefit at lower cost can be derived. So we're going to stop here for today. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel,